He's making his way out to Oakland to be part of TNT's broadcast coverage of Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between Steph Curry's Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Is Craig Sager. How are you, Craig?
Well, good. I definitely did not want to miss a game, especially the conference finals. So I just finished my 8th day of the 8-day cycle of chemo here at MD Anderson in Houston. So I rushed after I was done this morning. I just now hopped on the plane, and I'll land at 1 and go drop my stuff off at the hotel, and then I'll leave at 2:15 to head over to the arena. So everything's working out. That clockwork.
Yeah, and I guess in that regard, Craig, is just to reiterate, we've caught you in the airport where you're flying on the day of the game because you had to be in Houston yesterday to finish your 8 days of chemotherapy, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Today is the 8th day, so I had to stay through today. I had been commuting throughout the week to Oklahoma City and back, and then San Antonio and back, which I was very fortunate. That's why I found this series, where I could get chemo in the morning and then drive to San Antonio or fly to Oklahoma City and then get back to Houston for the next day of chemo. But obviously it's a little bit further trying to get out to Oakland. So it worked out good that the 8-day cycle finished today. I'll need, your typical flights with that to go in for blood and platelets. But there's great hospitals all over the country where I can do that. It's just this chemo that I'm on is a clinical trial that's only available at MD Anderson.
So are you concerned, though, about getting on planes? I mean, because
no.
Because, it's not the most sanitary spot sometimes.
I'm supposed to be wearing a mask. I got the mask in my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. My platelets were down to 4 yesterday, but I got boosted up with some more platelets. And, some of these doctors I go to on the road, they go, your platelets are at 4, they're at 6. You can't be out and about. You can't be traveling. I said, hey, don't worry about it. I've been doing it for a year. Everything's working out good. And they're kind of surprised that I have enough energy. But to be honest with you, I have not had any major side effects from the chemo. My face is a little, blemished and all, but we got good makeup girls.
Yeah.
Take care of that tonight.
And in terms of tonight, how will you be able to keep your energy? It's a late night, certainly if you're talking Central Time, tip going on with your jet lag before we get to the basketball aspect of this, Craig.
I've never gotten jet lag. I've never even thought about it. All the years I've been doing NBA, I never took a nap in the hotel except once, and that was the day I came down with the leukemia. But no, the adrenaline kicks in. You feel great. I can't wait to be there, and I wouldn't want to miss this matchup for the world.
Yeah, I know it's a great game, great matchup. And what does it mean, though, for you to get the outpouring of support that you've gotten, not only from the NBA community, but I read that stupendous Sager Strong, Sideline Strong article that was written in Sports Illustrated. People like Phil Mickelson, who you've never really met, reaching out to you. What's that been for you, Craig?
It's been amazing. And, I talked about it all the time. It's not about me. It's not, all its attention, but it's what I'm representing. I'm representing somebody who refuses to give in, to give up against this awful disease called cancer. And everybody seems to have somebody in their family or friends or somebody that's been affected, by cancer. And they want to see somebody fight against it. They want to see somebody fight evil. And that's what cancer is. And so, I think it's certainly grown, and it's much more attention than I ever envisioned or ever thought of or ever could have dreamed of. It's unbelievable, but I can handle it. I'm embracing it. It's an outlet to express, that yes, it is discomforting, and yes, causes problems, and yes, there are hurdles, but you can get through them. And it's, you got to listen to your doctors, and you got to kind of surrender in some ways, instead of fighting everything. You have to understand there's people with greater power than you have that are taking care of you. And then you just have to have the right attitude and have to keep fighting for it and keep doing what you're told, and don't ever get down. I mean, that's the thing I have. I've never had one day where I just said, "Why me?" or laid in bed and couldn't sleep because of what I'm facing. No, I'm ready to face it every day and try my best, and hopefully we can make medical history.
Craig Sager of Turner Sports on the way to the first game of the Western Conference Finals. Will be calling with the great Marv Albert and the rest of the crew there on Turner, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what do you expect from this series between the defending champs and the Oklahoma City Thunder, who suddenly have gotten the gumption to close out games and series against the Spurs, Craig?
They are playing at their best level of the year. There's no doubt about it. They're getting contributions that we never expected, not only from Steven Adams, but, Deion Waiters. I never had much faith in his shot, but he certainly has become a clutch player and an offensive force. And Robertson, his defense has been tremendous, and they are definitely going to need him. If Steph Curry is healthy and doesn't break down, I think you have to give the edge, to Golden State. The thing that worries me about Oklahoma City is that big lineup that was so effective against the Spurs when they had Enos Kanter out there along with Steven Adams and Serge Ibaka at times. I don't know if they can even play that lineup against Golden State. I think Golden State will go small, will run them all over the place. So that's one area that I think is going to be very interesting. Will Billy Donovan go with that big lineup that was so effective against the Spurs? Will he use those guys, or will they be, relegated to the bench because they can't play in a series with the speed, quickness, and the small lineup of Golden State? So at this point, I'm going in. I think Golden State has, quite an advantage, but that's just Steph Curry is 100% and doesn't break down, and he is unbelievable. You can't stop him, and he's fun to watch. But I mean, Russell Westbrook doesn't have the same shot from the outside, but nobody can stop Russell Westbrook one-on-one. And that guy is unbelievable. And he's really become quite a facilitator too, and a passer, and they seem to be clicking. And we know that Kevin Garnett can match Steph, point for point. So it's one of those matchups that we're, believe me, very pleased to have. It should be fun to watch. It should be up and down the court. It should be a lot of fun, and we look forward to 7.
And I look forward to hearing your reporting tonight, Craig. Sounds like you're getting on the plane right now. Sounds
I'm on the closing doors.
Okay.
Okay.
Craig, it's all good. Look, take your time, do what you need to do, and I really appreciate you taking the time to call into this show. I love watching you. I've loved watching you for years. You're a good man. So thanks for taking the time.
Hey, anytime. Say hi to Susie.
You bet. Thanks,
Bye.
Craig. That's Craig Sager.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.